and see where Simple spot's gonna be and how much he likes the map.
I'm down. Let's get it on. Spring Finals on the line, showdown for the loser. And Simple right at the belly of the beast. Into middle on the pistol. Smoke comes over top. Complexity trying to make this split happen, but it's gonna have to be via way of 3v5. Not ideal. Beretta's player over here towards Fountain connects to Fang. And of course, we're gonna have Simple try to run back through Storage Closet to try and come and help this. Bit doing an excellent job of serving up a distraction so that Navi can...
So that's something where, okay, they'll probably learn a lot from it, but now it's like, here we go from level 1 to like level 3. That being said, Liquid actually, you know, quite good on the map. We don't know how good Navi are going to be.
It is the question looming over this series. Desk feeling like Inferno is a definitive win for Navi. So Complexity gonna have to show us a stark improvement. Is there anything that you didn't like about the last Complexity showing we got out of Liquid that you think needs to be addressed moving forward? Think about it. As we watch the SMGs absolutely own Electronic. That fourth kill. I mean, they
wanted to do what their, you know, idyllic B-side look like. You couldn't even get a semblance of it because they couldn't make any progress in this 5v5 early round situation in establishing map control. So we'll see if that changes now, but this is basically what JT was up to last time and just getting smoked out. So I expect there's going to be a lot of clashes between him and Perfecto in this position.
I think a question still whirling around my head in terms of Complexity is, where's Halzerk? It's been a very quiet event for him, lowest rated player for Complexity. Contrast that to Simple at the top, dominance perhaps in store this evening. Simple on the scout, awaits that peek out of Grim. JT obviously has been turned away already. Scout shot connects. Re-peek will be punished, so a little bit of pressure falls on the low HP of NPL and Perfecto with just that MP9. You'd think the AKs could chew through, rotates coming over, Halzerk gets the kill at a distance, makes that dark push way too easy, and Grim, quick as can be on that AK, just rocks Electronic on the rotate. So sure enough, they squeeze that sight and get right through.
So already, like, the fact that they pulled that off, that's like better than most of the rounds they had versus Liquid. Almost all of them. I think that was even like a 16-2 score line or something like that. So the big thing, I think, noticing JT coming through the attack right away, skipping a couple of steps there, but trying to put some chaotic pressure on the site. And that actually, it didn't get them a kill, but it pretty harsh reality probably after some good theory crafting and practice in their initial pick of it.
Simple. Again, back towards that B side out the gate. So Navi 3-2. Simple with Perfecto and NPL.
Cool angle on that nade. So we saw, who was it yesterday that it was Big who's throwing nades back through the window?
Yes, sir.
But they were throwing it directly on a run jump and it was landing a little high. But Floppy's right there, went a little lower. Didn't land, there was no one there at that moment, but
keep an eye on it.
There's potential with it.
Simple hunting has wounded JT.
You see how wide he goes? Because JT's almost always there by himself.
JT's leg has been mauled, but he's still alive and kicking. Ooh, fire doesn't spread far enough. That's now, of course, unwatched for a second, so maybe Complexity still keep their guard up. Bad smoke inside of middle. Simple, gonna try to turn back towards Grim, platform player, almost the double kill. Floppy barely standing. CT's trying to come over from Temple, still smoked. Fang in between it all. And it's him versus NPL. You can see the CT on high alert that this pressure could be coming through because the connector push didn't happen. And Simple was waiting and ready. Now Halzerk could double that back. And sure enough, A-site clear for the taking.
Yeah, he left. So he threw kind of an emergency smoke down because Bit died and the split could come in. But they are not anticipating this to be possible at all. So Navi, they've got a full retake on their hands. Halzerk could absolutely be the star of the show with the amount of time going to get burned down on this retake. Floppy, he'll try to do what he can. He only has 2 HP.
I love a T in heaven for a post plant. Use that column, block off connector entrance, and if they don't send somebody over here on lane, catch them off guard.
Great use of Floppy, watching that one other exit.
course, Floppy 2 HP, so to no surprise, down he goes. Perfecto's gonna get the flank of Halzard exposed, unless the timing is perfect. And so far, it's good. A duel at a distance, 10-second stick, and Perfecto, he'll be given the gift. NPL down to the wire. Oh! Something quicker, perhaps. We got a lot of players here. Simple. Oh, standing in the open while Flash. Dark player, Crossfire. But both get unraveled. And now Complexity. Something quicker. I feel like, you know, we talk about what they did and didn't do versus Liquid. Sometimes it was that change of pace as well.
Oh, they never did anything fast.
And this one just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's really great. Again, that aggressive push by JT when they split B that previous round win into this round with a full B main exec. A lot of teams weren't even trying that at the World Final at all through an entire half. And here they're making it look viable. Now they had Simple full flashed, and Simple thought it was just a default. We're not expecting things to come quickly. Clearly reading into what we've already seen Complexity do, but it's a different Complexity. Maybe they were nervous in their Liquid game as well. Got some we got the MVP. You know, that was big in the finals. Like decent teams when he was a very new player. Showed a lot of potential.
Mauled Evil Geniuses in the NA head-to-head with the hopes of holding the torch for North America here at Groups. Right now, pressed up close against Electronic. Smoke makes this one a little weird. Simple's coming over, but also leaning back still. So Electronic may have his hands busy. Both players have been very quiet about this. Simple watching Electronic's back via way of connector. But a flash could come through this doorway, blind the ump, and you'd think Fang's AK comes out on top of that spray fight. However, Simple starting to shuffle elsewhere, and that's going to serve as the activation for Electronic. Serves for the 5v4 here to Complexity. Keeps Simple from going back to the B site where he wanted to just get off to, because they sense this split incoming. And the great thing about Fang's kill, it's a quick drop, straight off of the bridge, down into dark, and 5 players attempting to come into this B site. Sure enough, it works. And Simple running for the hills. He wanted to get over there. They wanted to stop that B hit. They felt it coming. But they don't. They can't, because the opening kill in mid decides.
Yeah, that was lovely. I mean, what can you say? That was a good amount of patience from Fang and securing the frag he absolutely needed to get. You know, Electronic could have whipped up a crazy flick in that situation, but Fang holds his own, and the split looks so much better. I mean, again, just already night and day compared to when they played against Liquid in terms of their tempo, their fragging ability, their confidence, it looks like. I promised to give away one of Pimp's knives if Complexity win this series. I'm getting scared for him.
I feel like you've been talking Complexity T-side lead. 7 rounds deep. Oh, Molotov for the close. Oh, the M4. A ton of damage. Just Bit holding one angle, and Complexity present themselves on a silver platter. That one's gonna sting, sends them back.
Yes, and oh, did they properly dispose of the guns that had dropped?
I don't think so.
Well, I guess then they're looking for a timing where Navi go back and get them so they can just reroute. But this was a, let's try to get this over with quickly, not blow anything to like scouts maybe on an anti-eco, and instead they get the best gun of the round shoved right into their faces.
Yeah, confirmed. 2 rifles sitting right on that exit. Another one dropped in middle. And just like that, any thought of heading elsewhere has been stopped. Electronic's not going to let off this pressure.
And the thing is, if they want to go back, going back to save basically, because now the guns they're assuming are going to get collected in this position, and they certainly will. But only after the round is confirmed. 40 seconds. Actually, it's 2v3. Even though Grim is low. Sticking to this original rotation.
Also straight up missed Molotov off of the spawn. I thought maybe it did something where it spread onto the other side, but flying around the map right now, it just got caught on the platform.
They have the nades for the exec, and there's only USP here for the moment.
They really saved this.
Yeah, Well, they get the bomb down. I mean, they may be advantaged here, you know. Simple's off can be a liability, but...
May have to come by way of Floppy. Grim to be knocked over by a stiff breeze. Gonna lock into Glizzy.
It's a good crossfire here.
Floppy on jail. First fight's gonna be Perfecto versus Grim. And again, low HP, but Floppy peels one off. Gets the second. Oh, 3! Floppy put... Instead, sure enough, 4-3. Halzerk into the action. Boost back sight. That's a nice setup. And it's gonna get Simple to 5v4. Then, of course, you can bonk your head on that jump up, so basically a free peek. They see Halzerk posted and waiting, and so they smoke him off. Frag comes through, minimal damage. They're gonna try to go for a boost of their own, but this is dangerous. At least the nades have already come out. Fang versus Electronics set up in middle yet again. Ooh, did he see something?
Feels like it, huh?
Simple's back there by Tall Box.
Eyes peeled.
Floppy's got himself a 1v1 versus Bit.
I think he's just waiting to peek this correctly. Let's see if he clears the angle. Oh, no. Ooh.
Yep, the pathing's good. The pathing's perfect. Oh, the shot not so much, but it's recoverable. Could have been Floppy to peel away everything. Perfecto's going to get pressured from both sides. He would have heard that drop from Fang. Similar play. Complexity have done this before, and trying to do it again. Nice transition, good damage. Similar situation to the last round. Fire on the feet of Simple, burns him back. Cannot stop Plant. Halzerk punches in those numbers. Bit flanking through the water. And Halzerk, just stay posted. You know Simple's here. There's that internal timing that somebody could be coming up from long, and now he's gonna try to be concerned with that as well. Not the case. Fang peeks out, loses his face. And Halzerk, he's gonna be split from both directions. Holds off, baited, no shot, waits, finally hits the elbow. Oh, it's a game of chicken. And Halzerk plucks up the 1v2.
Hey, not bad, another Claude. I bet he said something like, I'm an opera, I don't even need... That's...
Yeah, he clutches that and goes, I mean, I don't even know what to call it. I was gonna shout out Floppy's, you know, dot crosshair, baby.
Yeah, no, it says Summit 1G crosshair or something.
No, for sure he just hadn't executed.
Just want to bleach my eyeballs after that.
I don't know.
And they lost to that. Get screwed.
Okay, so pieces falling in place for Complexity, right? I didn't want to jump into today and try to sell snake oil in terms of the Complexity upset.
Yeah, you did.
A little bit. But we've got the Floppy clutch. We got Halzerk's clutch. We got Grim doing as he does, top of the board, and also Fang right there with him. That's everything coming together for now.
Yeah, we've got strong JT calls,
yep.
Belief in the calls as well, and we've also got new calls, which I think is the big difference.
And again, you know, new for Navi here on Anubis. It's got the makings of one map win. There is still Inferno up next. This one's absolutely free, barring JT's death.
Looking like an unspirited Complexity. The start to the day.
And of course, by the nature of the blowout versus Liquid, even though we've seen Complexity now play this being their second time, we have no clue what their CT side looks like.
Yeah,
not at all.
So, yeah, they might not have even felt that great about their T side, but we didn't get a chance to see their slashes and things like that. There's a lot behind every small thing that comes.
Electronics done a good job of just staying tucked in middle. So I don't think this boost from Halzerk is going to net them much. And while we usually just see Fang on his own, There is a pack of players here from Complexity. Nade just mere seconds too late. Otherwise, that would have hit 2-3 players. So Electronic has burned through that cache of utility that was left for him on the floor of mid. And while JT is going to keep up with this consistency inside of Dark, trying to deny vision with that deep smoke, usually there's a split, so don't be surprised if Navi are more concerned about long. In reality, nothing there. 4 players top mid, and JT just going every which way in canals. Simple with the op-up, waits for them to come through here. But a deep T smoke could all of a sudden make concern for Temple, which is the case. Bunch of players bodying up. What is the play here?
Yeah, this Molly helps out a lot. They need to kind of move. Actually, Simple moves out the other way.
Where are you going? Into the Temple. They'll try their damnedest. JT does double back from that A play back into late B. It's something fresh, but it's also kind of nasty. That just gets stopped every step of the way.
It's via anywhere on this map, like through mid, doing full A, full B.
I saw TC scratch something off of his notebook when that one failed. Probably a back to the drawing board. Maybe if Electronic's not in Temple, that goes easier, but not the prettiest first attempt. Simple flashed. Oh, but bit. Up close. Catches 2. Just when that op shot misses, thinking they can pounce on the moment. And we've got Navi 5v3 off the back of that one.
The 2K sprays right now, so Perfecto's got a few of them, but
very real. Perfecto burned out from behind Glizzy. 20 HP, not ideal. Halzerk looking to clear close pillar, but it's behind default. Perfecto's waiting for his chance at impact. Grim's gonna clear him. Halzerk has to get out of Dark and come up to plant this bomb, and unfortunately for him, he's out of teammates. Swaps out, no scope, lands. Poor guy.
Just win them all, and he has been sort of the liability.
Perfecto's looked good off of Glizzy.
True Glizzy gladiator.
But this time, his pistol's popping in. Careful now. Perfecto back exposed. NPL, both sides of the pillar, has to hang on. So clean double kill, right? We're talking about this consistency in 2Ks coming out of Navi. Round 12 features yet another. Fang and JT to the clutch. Another smoke for Temple's gonna keep these players at bay.
Oh, that's painfully fresh.
Simple's got to go all the way back around spawn. He's going to be looking to join Bit, but I mean, look at the namesake here. Electronic, Bit, Simple, JT, Fang.
5 very good
retake.
players. Yeah.
Let's get this one rolling. They've got the util for it. They've got smokes to block off long. That'll take JT out of the equation. And Fang exposed, but JT's Desert Eagle
But the smoke
knows no bounds. That grenade, here it comes. Doesn't block him off, tries to line it up, down to the final second, and JT, no sir. 8 shots. Still very energetic force buy out of Complexity with a bomb plant. They did some damage there, but JT a little late to the party. Tries running down into the canals. Ooh, but with Electronic falling back off mid this fast, there's a pocket of timing here to be taken. NPL will come over before they walk out. But it is still a curious one. Couple of smokes for Complexity to try and make the most of. They're soaring down here into mid. There's one more to go. What if they smoke off connector and go for another Temple wrap? NPL walks back in. Ooh, kind of caught off guard. Timing there works out, gives an M4 over.
interesting spots they're getting through spawn.
But again,
2-2 to sites, though, yeah.
when you're on this B site and your flank becomes compromised, you just lean into Dark. Peak canals, oh, it's all clear. You know you've got 10 seconds that it takes somebody to come running down. So another trade comes through. Halzerk keeping the hopes of the B hit alive. Fang late through Temple. And now they're gonna plant on this side of it.
Just walking up and planting, and it's gonna work.
Wild scenes. They're worried about the retake coming in through mid. Halzerk's going to go all the way back down. You better hope that smoke doesn't fade.
Oh, it's another. Okay.
Right, he dropped one inside. Okay. I was going to say, I feel like that was short. And then he goes back through Temple.
They're so confused. Brand new map, so hard to read these post plans. Look at the situation.
What is this retake?
Yeah, they have a smoke though, so it's going to elicit the peak. Best gun here is Fang.
It's a fake. They're waiting for the long play to come through. Now time's ticking pretty quick. Fang, he can line that up. Oh, he stopped it! But then Bit trades right back. Halzerk reveals that he's down on long, so Bit's gonna stick it the entire way unless... Oh! Complexity! They rob it! Wow. You could play a dozen scrims, and I don't think you're ever playing a retake like that if you're Navi. What an oddity of a round. But we've got somebody close on jail. No. NPL.
Oh, there's no money in this.
Sets up Navi to rob away the round. Bomb is right here. Bomb's fighting. Plenty more players where those ones come from. And Electronic survives the op shot, falls away, and will be cleaned up by JT. Ooh, Navi making Complexity sweat when they have no business doing so, but patience is a virtue. Bit walks out and dies. Simple. Time to shine.
Hasn't revealed himself, maybe. Not sure. Full HP. They're not checking the flank, so.
Where there's 4, there's 5. And it's only Simple left. Spotted and dealt with. That's an 8 for Complexity.
Impressive map, we gotta say, for Complexity. Can't say no matter what happens at this point, because if they ended on 8 rounds, well, that's not enough. We're gonna see about the second half. But so far, quotas are being met.
Take that if you're Electronic. He's making sound on the run back, though. Grim, oh, of course. I mean, Grim hears that coming a mile away.
Yeah, they walk through the mid-smoke off the boost.
Forces Simple to double back. That angle can be held until the end of time. And Bit chooses to play on top of the table. We've seen him get something from behind the weaved baskets. Yeah, yeah. Oh, again!
Oh, man, always with these 2K sprays. What a couple of kills here from Bit. Pairing headshots. Grim starts to take charge. And he finds a weakness. They've been kind of avoiding Simple catching these rotations. Perfecto will spot him finally.
Grim's going in.
Grim's going out.
Now they just got to clear the close right corner. NPL, however, running back quick. Can't come out wide. NPL, ooh, it's just the one. JT to the clutch, shut down.
Well, world's first. Let's watch it play out live. And I'm so curious to see what Navi's take on their T side of Anubis is going to be. It's like a fresh flavor. We've seen all these other top teams approach it. And really, it's about the details in mid that I think I'm most curious about. I think Alish said teams like Navi were going to blossom on this map, playing slow methodically on T side. But then I think some people have said this is not a thinking man's map. And you should just ape it. So, not exactly sure who's right. One of them probably is. You know what they say? Pro players often disagree.
Just one for Grim. Halzerk's right there. Ooh. Oh, catches the player dropping. Has to keep fighting. No chance to really fall back there. Would have been left with like 20 HP, best case. JT trying to set up Fang, who's gone unchecked. Easy execute to the back of Electronic. Takes a gush in return. NPL needs to clutch, but floppy. Exactly how Navi started their T side. T side that net them a measly 7 rounds. Galil for Simple.
Pimp is sweating right now. He doesn't even know actually yet. Never ask him, but he's a good sport about it.
By that, do you mean he's a pushover?
I'll have to think about that one.
Okay. Get back to us.
Not the first word I would use for pimp.
No, me neither. I got some more for him.
Slow and methodical here with one Galil.
Of course. Floppy gonna lean it back.
So this is the Liquid take on the site, playing retake. That's how Nitro has been doing it so far. But there's obviously potential punishment to be had if something goes wrong.
If. That something could be simple as Galil. Instant flash. Blinds a couple. Galil leaning back. Pistol players getting chewed up. And easily spat out. A-site completely cleared at NPL off the play because there was a Molotov on the bridge. So right before Floppy got any kind of an assist.
Understanding of where they stand in the rankings. It's not a perfect Navi, but it's still a Navi to be very scared of. But now it looks like they can definitely believe in themselves. First rifle of the second half, and went through that Glil purchase. Simple's just on a deagle for this one.
Still very spread out, but Perfecto on the brink of dark. JT trying to turn away any close player. Playing the mirror of himself in Perfecto. Navi going to try that same walkout by the looks of it. Of course, last time, Floppy spots them from heaven, so this smoke from NPL destined for it. Will Fang challenge Water? He's ahead of the nade. Oh, and Perfecto starts to run away. Was still ready for the fight, but Fang picks up the better of him. Electronic's gonna go real deep, looks to challenge around the side. Floppy has cover as he inches around the heaven smoke. Can't stop that plant. Grim's rotating in, takes some damage here. Now Floppy will turn attention back. No, not yet. Electronic's gonna go deep and get stopped. Floppy even picked up both those kills. NPL, 1v4, one found already. Two players on the flank, and Fang comes in from connector, but NPL with a slick reposition. CT's wasting no time, moving this one outwards. Tries to go for the kill on Halzerk, but will be denied.
Got some weird buys. First, Galil into 4 AKs and a deagle. Now 3 AKs and 2 deagles. I mean, you can see the respect across the board from Navi on the approaches so far. I think they would treat everything like this until they start winning and then loosen up. That would be the classic Navi style. Okay, and Floppy changes it up. They're testing him.
Oh, nice one. Nice and easy. Bit slices right through the A-hold. Perfecto catching JT elsewhere. Double connector push, and only that deagle. Simple. Can he do it? Can he stop them? No. Back to the 3v3. Grim is under pressure, and he's cleared out by Perfecto. So B-site open, but check out that bomb. The bomb is still on the steps of canals. Oh, this round's gonna get weird. It's gonna get stringy. Everybody's peeled in different directions. Electronic, though, nice and easy. Comes creeping out from Temple.
Right now, this whole Navi team is basically everyone but Simple at the moment. Bottom of the board, but first solid buy across all 5. And they put Halzerk in a spot to punish a walkout. So there we go. There's an up in a good spot.
But of course, still alone. Floppy will be set up by Grim on Glyphs, aka Glizzy.
Prof.
Yeah.
In case you were curious.
Gotta get with the times. Okay, got 2 sets of feet shuffling over. They're gonna go for that long A contact by the looks of things. Where's that going? Halzerk still holding. Miss shot. Cannot afford
Can't
that.
just miss.
Nope. The only player in position on the A site. He's got the angle held. He's supposed to catch them off. They walk into the scope, and he simply doesn't hit it.
And you have to lie. Like, you have to be like, they threw an insane flash. Like, you have to come up with something. You can't just say you missed. Because he should play there again.
Ugh.
Yeah. He had a couple shots like that, like real easy ones the other day, where it was just like, oh,
This is where
not those.
This is where we just have to recognize that Halzerk is one of the lowest rated players at the event with a 0.88 heading into this event, or this series.
Yeah.
So, marked improvement across all these rounds, but not this round. This round, it hurts.
It hurts. And that was the best gun for complexity, so the most expensive loss, but they saved 4.
And there's so little money, Halzerk's going to have to now hold that angle with a USP. So to nobody's surprise, he's not even there. In fact, A has been evacuated. Complexity, it's the exact same setup, just Halzerk inside Temple and A completely clear.
It's an interesting risk to take, I think, in this situation. So they could potentially once again save if things don't go right, and
Now it's forward thinking.
their other guns are not great, and they didn't invest into utility.
No.
Focused on the money here, our complexity.
Invested in their future.
It's wicked smart.
Of course, we're assuming that Navi go and feel out that A site again, but if they don't, this could be phenomenal from Complexity. Everybody's in the right place. Smoke goes down outside of Dark. No, they start to second guess it.
Yeah, they just don't hear anything. They have no one spotting. Oh, are they just going to leave?
But it's like, if you don't hear anything, why not just wait for the plan? This was the plan from the start.
Yeah, they're the ones who are performing the trick. Oh, and a smoke comes into the site.
You played yourself, sucker.
Yeah, they still actually have time to get into decent spots. First kill for Electronic.
Yeah, headshots like that one. Oh, they had it all figured. That one's going to hurt in hindsight. Oh, it's going to hurt. Electronic going to fall to the USP.
Just 15 seconds.
T's still too far back, but nobody can really just stop this bomb plant. They can't just rush out. The bridge to Canal's drop would have taken too long.
Yeah.
I wanted so badly just to see whether or not that would work. I was invested, not in Complexity's win, but just in the clash of the teams in that instant.
In this situation, like, if you had one of the pistoling players spotting the other side of the map, you would just chill. Not seeing any walkouts. Yeah, it's... What's that rule? It's like if you gamble...
Don't give up.
In that... Never give up. Keep gambling. Yeah. Well, I guess in this situation, they should have... They had won it. They had won it.
Only quitters lose. Passive.
I freaking love that. Oh, Floppy is walking up.
And
they've used their forward aggressive nades. Floppy, he's coming through.
Yeah, he's going for it, but they're
taking
going with the Canals push. There's a second layer. Deep smoke onto the stairs. We've got a lot of control here for Complexity, but now they have to give that up.
Yeah.
That's the problem with the aggro. You got to give it up if you don't get your kills.
Well, yeah, except look at the damage they've done already. 3 players, half HP. This is a great start to the round.
I sure am smart. But in spirit, it is a contrast to what we've gotten outside of Complexity. Look at Navi, checking every corner, cautious in their approach here. And now, with Complexity leaning back into the passive play, it's not just Floppy. And it is going to force Navi to have to apply some kind of a pressure as to not walk into what has been otherwise those B stacks. Fang. Oh, damn. Now he's low. He's going to fall away. Will escape as they weren't that close just yet.
Ooh. A little bit low on grenades now. Grim with the one smoke of the round. He can smoke them out of the split if they go that way. I don't think this actually matters because they're going to be hitting the A site, it looks like.
But they all leave. Again, they all just fall away.
They think it's going to... Oh, no.
Off of that kill, they completely peel off of the A site, leaving only Floppy, who now knows there's a ton of pressure coming in. And Complexity, back-to-back rounds, have the idea, but pull off.
Highest HP is simple here.
55 to work with. It's a slide out from Grim, shut down by Bit. Again, Complexity could have, and arguably should have, had they just stuck around.
They got scared in those final moments when the mid push came in, thought that B split was getting set up. Usually there needs to be a bit more into it to like really make it look like there's a B split coming, but Navi are happy to see this rotation out. I mean, they'll only find out about it later, but man, Complexity, they don't even know how much damage they did.
Nope.
They did great to kick things off. But it's another situation where they have an amazing response to what they've seen.
And heading to the A site early. Looking to position Floppy ahead of him, or at least just on the entrance.
This is also great. This is that outpost spot, okay? So Halzerk, early contact. Floppy can play anti the whole time. He's got a spot to multi. They're coming towards him. I mean, love the developments here.
But very nicely done here from Navi, going through the protocol to unravel that initial setup.
Yeah, he didn't get flashed, but they do fall out completely.
Perfect util for the situation. Perfecto gonna try to be larger than he is. And again, Halzerk peels all the way back.
Yeah.
Dude, Complexity. They're just so jittery in some of these mid-round moments. And now that bomb plant, basically for free, except for Halzerk, will contain control of that front connector play. They could chance the retake. It's man advantage. But you've got Simple. Yeah, that's right. Simple still just sat back leaning and holding on and hoping to counter his counterpart in Halzerk. So he waits. And it's silent. Now that retake starts to come through. Utility coming out of Complexity. Grim kills Simple nice and easy. But NPL with a double spray into heaven. Holds them back. Bomb critically ticking. Perfecto 1v3. Gets the first two. And then just leans back. Perfecto. Did he get enough time?
Oh,
did he do it? 1v3? Oh, he did!
Oh my god. Winning tactics sullied only by their own merits. They decide to leave after we can see a great start into the most minimal pressure on Halzerk, who has the opposite position where they actually don't even flash him, and he still runs across the map. They had no info to make that move more than once, more than twice that we've seen them get out of a good spot.
M4 goes down first. Electronic with a multi-kill here inside of middle. Grim responds. There's already so much damage done. 3 different instances throughout this second half where Complexity have a setup, have an idea as to what's going on, and it looks fantastic. Just
maybe they should be checking on B main more, trying to flash retake it to spot.
Sure.
Like that. If they had info on either side of the map, then they can make an informed decision about both. So
yeah, that's a fair point.
I think that, yeah, it like from our perspective, it feels like they almost have enough to make a good decision, but there's been a few bad calls here, man, in terms of where the team...
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a single player from Complexity take a step outside that B side.
It's almost as if they're not giving themselves enough credit, right? They get a good setup, but then they think, oh, Navi are too smart.
Now we're talking a whole spree of round wins out of Navi. 6 in a row. It was pistol round win, conversions, and heartbreak ever since.
And if I'm Navi, I fake here and hit B. There's just been so many times they got away with this A site that like Complexity are going to be terrified about it, even if there's a little bit of pressure as we've seen. But I don't know how they're reading the situation. I mean, they don't need advice.
Yeah, it's been working. Yeah. It's true, we kind of sat here with the perspective of like, oh, poor Complexity. Meanwhile, Navi have just been blindly walking through a minefield.
Yeah, bomb is coming back in this direction. Here's that B main information.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But, just like that.
And the full commit, man.
It's 5v3. Halzerk, eyes on middle bridge. But because of the 2 kills and so many players over there for Navi, Electronic can just lean back on this angle, make sure nobody goes for a flank. We saw what Tapson could do when allowed.
we just see the most natural next step of progression for both Navi and Complexity. They have Floppy now playing in that pillar, not moving off the flash, chilling in that spot, maintaining control of it, but slightly over-resourced on that half of the map now that has nothing to do with it. Navi don't put too much pressure to make it seem weird, and then they go back to the B site, and Complexity also respond by trying to get info over there so they don't make a bad informed or uninformed decision, and now they get punished for that play as well.
Silver Lining will be holding on to these 3 guns. Make it 2. Navi, they're not going to let off the throttle. No chance. Mid players coming to split this. So Complexity on the brink of being bottomed out as Navi take 14. That much guaranteed. Halzerk a chance to escape. And he'll get
all half armor up. And wait to play this against 15. See what Halzerk can do. I really believe in taking earlier fights when you're on and off in this position so you have more rotation, potentially in a round. You get that kill too late and it's unimpactful. And you're just camping mid in this spot. Ooh, a chance. Nice. Nicely done.
Gets away. What's the reposition? Sends it all the way back to CT Plat.
Yeah, but they know there's no op on A. That Bit has been searching this over on the A site, but
Perfecto just hanging on here, anticipating some kind of aggression.
Map's kind of small here. Look at this clash. So many members of both teams ready to fight mid.
I mean, if the op takes the long one, Pistols can prevail versus Perfecto. Oh, and Halzerk, he gets the close kill. Pop out of the 5-7. Fang onto the AK, but Bit draws it back. 40 seconds. Bomb on Simple. And so many bodies spotted on Dark that the mid to A would work out well. Floppy leans into heaven as he has before.
I think they know with confidence that Halzerk's here, so they smoke the rotation. Floppy can feel this split coming in his direction.
Complexity trying their absolute damnedest to keep this one alive. Floppy under pressure, both sides of this. Simple doubles back towards mid, gets clipped by his counterpart, and so that AWP will find 3 kills on the round. A first one inside of middle, drops Perfecto point blank outside Dark, and then stops that bomb from progressing down into the A site, and so Navi's streak will come to an end. It feels like finally for...
Game is still live.
Early nade damage is decent here for Complexity, but Navi's so ready to jump into this B site. And JT, if he's not careful, he's gonna get pounced on. Grim trying to hold long. Great flash. Oh wait, it's from Simple. Makes things weird. CTs, hang on. JT able to get away from Dark and add to the tally of kills. They're stuffed on the approach. JT, time exposed to the flank. But he gets away with it. And if they can just get away with a couple more, they'll secure 15 on their map pick of Anubis. Navi's first outing. And we're going the distance by the looks of things. Again, trying to dismantle what has been. That's... Hold on. Nice nade. Damn, Fang. What's he thinking about? On the op. Double op here. Pressured by Util. Doesn't shoot. Oh!
Okay.
Quick scope onto Electronic. 5v4 Complexity.
Not an easy clear whatsoever. Half his body showing. Pretty optimized position from Electronic, but still dies. That's only one of 2 ops. Navi's heart sinks.
Also, weird smoke. Doesn't actually get up that top step, so JT can abuse this, and Perfecto, since he's smoked off, won't know that's not exactly where he wants it. Could make for a weird instance as this B split encroaches closer. Again, we've got JT preoccupied with Dark. And instead of somebody tucked close on long, it's Grim with the AUG. Scoped up from Glyphs, waits. All the smoke fades. JT in for a world of hurt, but it's being covered. Grim comes wide. Singular kill, but Fang's off is able to catch multiple kills this round. It's simple in the clutch. 10 seconds to the clock. The peak comes a moment after he just watched.
Fragging player of the server, and Halzerk is the best, despite the rounds that he's had. That would explain the scoreline, if nothing else. It's so much better today out of Complexity.
I think Fang kicked it all off with that peek into Electronic. We've also seen Complexity smoke the bridge halfway, take a glance down into the canals. But with that pressure, Fang's going to be happy to just fall back into Connector instead. That's both ops leaning A. And Grim on Jail. Again, trying to refresh these positions inside the B setup. Doors would be a great way to get close to that Fang op. Halzerk, last time on this angle, missed shot. Or just ran away scared. But they're going to go ahead, get aggressive, trying to play it active.
Yeah, this is post-clear. Like, Bit already got into the spot, so an
35.
interesting position.
Oh, but Bit, every time there's a duel, no matter which side of that doorway he's on, it is headshot after headshot. And Perfecto picks one up on the other end of this map, but it's still going to be the A-split, and every defender from Complexity is dead. One after another, all empty-handed. Navi have taken 15.
They fall like a house of cards in those final moments. They had the right idea about every single peak, and they win none of the duels.
We can talk about the improvement out of Complexity's individuals all day long, but in this 29th round, it is all of them empty-handed. And with that, Navi a chance to close.
Wow.
A chance to push this to Inferno, a map that everybody expects them to just sweep away.
I thought this was going to be, the culmination of a round where you get some very close retake in this spot with how well Complexity have played up until this moment, and somehow instead, it's the most dominant round so far from Navi, and there's not even a full commitment to the site before it's even over. That one's tough to talk about, and Complexity tried to keep him honest. Round.
He's gonna go dark with this, see if he can clip somebody. Nope. Just nothing aggressive, just wants to take it to the site. Okay.
Strong to have. Double ups, really good on this map.
Complexity. Nothing overly ferocious.
They want a round like they just saw now. 2 ops again. They wait for walkouts. This is 2 ops is the best way to punish, right? It's when you see these 2 ops, oftentimes you're trying to look for a rifler down, then a full exec. Flash, smoke that opper.
Wonder if taking Fang off the op and giving him the M4 opens up some more aggressive mid plays, right? Halzerk could flash him. He could take that fight to Electronic. It's worked out well to him.
We've gone back to the original way of playing the A site with Floppy here in a retake spot.
Spoiler. Didn't work too often.
It wasn't terrible. It was just, as soon as he tried to change up, that's when he got punished. So, but to end this on potentially a retake with 2 ops, well then that becomes a little scarier. I actually don't like the play, considering the fact Halzerk's also back out here. Because we've seen the Navi exec right now, and they're really good at reading pressure. I think this comes down to Bit's comms.
Simple starts dropping the nades.
Oh my god.
Fang. Oh, he turns it back! He almost let him die, but can they still get out through main? Floppy spotted bodies, but he gets hard cleared. Op shot out of Halzerk. It's gonna be a 2v4 post plant with damage versus 2. And Bit, the soul crusher of round 30 perhaps. They're gonna press in. They're not gonna hide. They're gonna take this fight to Complexity.
They actually took a risk here. They're open to be main, but this risk actually might pay off.
Could work. First kill's his. Second in for Simple. Now it's Bit's chance. He needs a double. He gets that first on Halzerk, runs away. Fang looking for his 3rd on the round just to get to OT. He's on top of the bomb, sticking it, but Bit doesn't give a damn. Round 30, and Navi will survive this test. Multiple instances that Complexity could have robbed away rounds. Excellent forethought, but also indecision. And that crept in. A heartbreaking loss for Cole, but one that sets up this Navi 2-0.
It was really nice to watch. Even though they only end 14-16, there's a lot to learn from that game. There was individual level that we haven't seen from Complexity up until this moment. And to get more info on that, let's throw it over to James.
Blade certainly